Hello. Just tidying up for a minute. Dang it. Trying to get the glue out of this thing. There we go. We're going to lose some. No, we did it. I'm just tidying up for a second. Well, over here now. Clean this up, and then we'll get started. Didn't get home till late. Haven't had a chance to clean up. These look like random scraps, which, I mean, eventually they probably will be in the burn pile, but I'm going to hold on to them for now. That's my MO. I hold on to scraps until the pile's too big, and then I go crazy burning it or trashing it. All right, let's get to work. Enough of that crap. Enough of that shenanigans. Let's get to work. So this is how I wound up clamping this handle on. I didn't even do that last night. I did it this morning before I went to work. Get out of the clamp, see if it's straight. It's kind of awkward to clamp. Clean up the glue. Get out the Rubio. Be done with it. And then after we get finished on this, my plan is to add, no, not add. I'm going to start a new big project tomorrow. It's going to be in live stream, and then I'm also going to go back and do a full long form version just for reference. But Yeah, man. Looks straight to me. Let's grab some sandpaper. I don't really care. There's a big burn mark on the side of it. Clean, burn. But after I get finished on this, the plan is to make a doweling jig. Or at least start one. Should be able to do one pretty quick tonight. There's a little pencil mark there I left. Yeah, tiny little pencil mark. It'll be gone here in a second. I don't know. Do you sand wingy? It's pretty hard. Pretty shiny. It's a clean cut. I don't see no teeth marks. I think we're going to leave it. My question is this, not cross grain, long grain wingy going to get as dark as the in grain cuts on the box? I don't know. I don't think so, but it'll still get pretty dark. I think we're going to get the chisel involved. There's a little bead there. All right, I gotta go grab a chisel real quick. A little further. It's not gonna come through on the camera very well. There's these little glue beads that would take a lifetime to sand out. So I'm gonna try to use a chisel just to expedite the process. Not a very good angle. Just get a little closer, a little more intimate. Oh yeah. That actually worked really well. It's only dried for about, what, 10 hours, so it's not solid. It's kind of squishy still. There we go. Surprised that worked. A little more sanding and we'll be done. All right, let's go over to the workbench and put some finish on here. Or nah, you know what? We'll do it here. It looks better here, probably. Maybe. Let's get this stuff out of the way. A really nice day out today. Almost a record warm day here. Got up to 74. Ah. It's not good when your Rubio has skin. That's gross. I think that can's about old, man. Too old to use anymore. Very interesting. See what happens to that burn mark. Yeah, that's real burnt. About what you think. Should have rounded these corners a little bit. It's kind of snaggy. I don't even know if Rubio is going to stick to the wing. It's so oily. I don't know. Probably should clean it up with like mineral spirits or what's that other thing? Acetone? Something to get the oil out of it. I know last week when I put this together, man, I had bad sign. I mean, my kid had wound up having the flu, so I might have had the flu, but I think cutting this wingy really set off my nose. I don't know if it's like an allergic kind of thing. That's interesting. That looks really dark there. Makes sense. The end grain kind of looks like a cross. I mean, I know it looks like it's upside down. It doesn't matter because there's the light's so bright, it's always going to make the top illuminated. See? Kind of an optical illusion, no matter how I turn it. Kind of crazy. All right. I'm going to give this a minute to set in. And the bottom's ready to go. I'm going to give the top a couple minutes to soak in, and then we'll wipe it off and get started on the second project. And then tomorrow, I'm going to start a new project. Going to make some planter boxes for outside, one for each side of the door. Going to have secret compartments to like hide a cooler in it. But I'm going to make a tool to help make that project. All right, let's get to it. Let's wipe this thing down. Move on. Whew, forgot that was stuck to the bottom. Hey, Barry. What's going on, man? Kind of spaced out there for a second. I don't know how long you've been in here. I just putting the Rubio on here, wiping it off, and then gonna start my next project tomorrow, like a long form video project series. I'm gonna live stream it at noon, but to make it a little easier, I think after I get this off here, I'm gonna make a jig to help with the project tomorrow. What have you been up to, man? How was your Friday? I didn't even wind up gluing this together last night. I was so tired. I actually glued this together this morning before I went to work. I ended up taking Monday off because my kid it turns out he had the flu, and I wonder if I didn't have the flu, as tired as I was last week. that down. Get out of this glove. Gonna lay these out flat. Oh, did taxes, dude. I still got to do it. I have to do it soon. You do them yourself, itemize. Check out this effect I just noticed. Watch. So the end grain on this makes that look like a little kind of, I mean, weird to say, an upside down cross. Let me back up. And then, because of the lighting, flip it around. It's crazy. It's not. It's just a normal piece of wood. It's just the end grain down here is in the shadow. But I was putting the oil on, it kind of freaked me out for a second. Project really is cursed. Oh. Uh-oh. Hopefully the Rubio didn't swell it up too bad. What's going on here? It's done. Finally. Set this to the side, let it dry, cure for a few days. A math herc, geek. I'm more of a science and math person than English. What do they call that? The hard sciences? I'm going to dispose of these oily rags later. I just want to get them out of the way. If they spontaneously combust, we'll deal with that when we get there. But so the project I want to make tomorrow, it seems like it's just going to be planter boxes to go on each side of my front door. But I want to make it a little more complicated. I'm actually stealing this idea from a buddy at work. He does woodworking. He had the idea of trying to find, like, make a planter and hide a cooler in there. So when you're sitting on your front porch, instead of having to go into the fridge, you just pull out your cooler, got your fresh cold drink. And then I thought, I got to go to the big box store to get some pocket hole screws because I'm running low. But I'm pretty sure I want to make it out of no fasteners. Just wood and dowels for fasteners. So I have this this thing, this Miles Craft jig. Got this Miles Craft jig box, little dowel kit. It works fine. Works, I mean, it's just a little fidgety. Comes with the drill bits and the stop collars, one for each size. Even comes with some white wood glue that I've never used. And you use these little pegs to kind of like center it on the board. But it's a little fidgety. And I'm pretty strong. I got good grip strength. And then like once the drill gets going, it wants to shift and wobble. So then you got to deal with a clamp, and that's kind of more of a pain in the butt than I want. And I was looking on Rockler, and they sell these little plastic doweling jigs for like 30 bucks. It's just plastic. So I thought maybe you'll come out tonight after I get finished on here. I'll try to make a doweling jig to make tomorrow's project a little easier. Put this up, kind of clean this up. Dang it. I've been getting bad about during live streams, I don't clean nothing up. And then I have to spend like an hour cleaning up, just completely not getting anything done. I also have a biscuit joiner. You ever use a biscuit joiner? I bought one because I thought, man, that looks cool. I could probably need that. Used it one time. And there's something about spending like 700 bucks on a domino that I just can't bite the bullet on that right now. I mean, if I was a bajillionaire, then yeah, I'd be like, yeah, let's go get one. I mean, dowels are like little dominoes, little teeny tiny dominoes. Let's go to the scrap wood pile. Oh no, that's not good. Sorry to hear that. I mean, those things don't have any warning signs. Grab a tape measure. 90% of the material that I mill is 3/4 inch. So I figure let's make it just a hair shorter than 3/4 inch. That way it's never kind of interrupts with the workbench. Let's see what we got to work with up here. Pretty close. Too short. Way too thick. Kind of glad I still got that though. I'm gonna need that for tomorrow. Might have used a plug cutter on that a few times. That one's actually dead on 3/4 inch. Can't use that. That's sapwood, but got a little section here I can use. It's actually, it's a hair under 3/4. I think we're going to stick with this piece and then grab some 1/4 inch plywood. Figure it out when we get there. Let's go to grab some plywood. Is it nice out where you're at? Like temperature wise? Today here in India, it got up to 74, which was almost a record for warmth on this day. So a lot of people outside. I almost thought about not working out here today and sitting on the porch and watching the neighbors. So all the doweling jigs I've seen is kind of like you'd put 3 holes in this board of the dowel size. 65 is not bad. How am I with a tornado warning? Well, this is Indiana. If there's a tornado, we go outside and look at it. Is it coming? Is it coming this way? Oh, it's coming this way. Everybody run. Let's go to the drill press. We'll drill straight holes through here. And then we can determine the width and then cut this to that size. Notch like an air. Well, I don't know how to explain it. We'll get there. What size were those dowels? Quarter inch, 5/8, 3/8. I think that one's quarter inch. Nope, that's 3/16. Why can't we find a better way to engrave the sizes on the sides of these drill bits? It's quarter inch. Oh, before I do that, I want to mark a line because that's going to identify where to drill the holes when you're using the dowel jig. So let's grab a pencil and a square and mark some lines. All right. So oh man, this is hard to film here. We might go to the bench for the next part. Let's go to the bench. This is impossible to film. Oh, you're talking about, what was that, 15 years ago? That when that big one hit? All right, so I'll try to drill the holes in the center of this board horizontally like this, but we're going to drag these lines across this side, and that'll be what we use to index the drill for when you're actually drilling the holes and trying to line up everything. Kind of like that little line on a biscuit joiner. At least in my head, this should work. We'll probably test it out in the morning before I go building stuff. And did you wind up? I mean, was your house okay? I mean, I assume at least it probably lost shingles and siding. We had actually a tornado blow through town, barely touched our town, and then ripped through the next town last summer. I ain't got a basement, so we found there's a shoe closet underneath the stairs. Made kids go hide there. No, it's still flat. That's amazing. I don't know how long that's even been up there. I don't think it matters if it's perfectly centered on here. I tell you what, we better just go ahead and do it just in case. I said it's a hair under 3/4. So what's half of 3/4? 3/8. I want this to be pretty accurate, so I'm gonna make sure to clamp this down so it doesn't wobble around and screw stuff up. Let's start with the 1/4 inch. Where did I put the 1/4 inch? Holy cow. That's some big hail. I couldn't imagine do that. I mean, if you're outside, yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be good. I'm gonna grab a couple clamps. Oh, for sure. I mean, that's major damage. Guess I should have checked depths before I. It might go through. It doesn't matter. I'm going to shorten that a little bit. I don't think it went all the way through. Actually, it almost did. So there's the hole. It almost made it. That works because I'm going to take this over the table saw and thin this out a little bit because it's way too thick. Oh, actually, I can almost pull it out with my thumbnail. What was the next size? We did 1/4 inch, 5/16, 3/8. What size did I just do? Should have been a 1/4 inch. Yeah, 1/4 inch. 5/16. 5/16. Whoa. All right. Step 2. We're still online. I think that one went through. I mean, that seems a lot bigger than 5/16. The hell? That's not good. I mean, that's snug enough. I don't think I have any 5/16 dowels to test. Oh, I got one 5/16 dowel. Ooh. Hey, Mike. That's snug, but it works. Perfect. What was the last size we're doing? Three eighths. Three eighths. Man, when I was younger, I could read the label on anything. And now I'm like, I'm that guy doing this stuff. I think it started when I hit 40. When I hit 40, everything went down. Downhill. Oh, no. That's not good. Are they sure it's not stones? Are they sure it's not stones? feel like that's off a hair. Just a smidge. That's perfect. Don't move. Yeah, prayers, man. That's a bummer. I've had a couple, but they were the little black specks, little grains of sand. So I have no room to compare. My dad passed one that was like the size of a Tylenol, spikes on it. It's gross. He kept that damn thing in a Ziploc bag for years. I don't blame him. It's like a trophy. He passed it. All right, so we got this done. It doesn't look. Oh, I guess it. I don't understand it. I hit this. I had that brad point bit pretty much centered dead on the lines. And look how far off this big hole is. What went wrong? I had it right in the center of it. Yo. That's a serious socket. I guess that's why. Tell you what, we're going to do this again. But we're going to do a little faster this time. Let me mark the center first. Damn it. There we go. That's almost dead center. I should have took the time to do this before. This board is 3/4 inch, but it's like a hair under it. And when I set my adjustable square to 3/8, it was way off. Should have known better. There we go. Take two. What I do? Oh, yeah, dude. That's why I started live streaming. Like it's easy to make a video, like a long form video, and not like cover the mistakes just because it takes more time to edit, more voiceover. If you're doing it live, you get to see how things, I'm an idiot, I'm a stooge, but I also know how to drill holes. But I should have took the time to double check that was actually centered on the board instead of trying to rush it. That's what's interesting about live streaming. You kind of feel compelled to go faster than you would normally. Move more, think less. There you go. That's way better. Now, I don't know. How do you guys... So most of what I've been doing since January 1 was like small shop projects. And now I'm finally getting back into the groove of being in the shop. And my plan is to completely renovate my spare bedroom. It's a cookie cutter house, so I want to completely customize that spare bedroom, put in a Murphy bed that has one of those desks on the back. Is that something that you guys would still watch? I mean, that's like redoing the ceiling, installing lights, potentially changing the floor. Because my thought was make that a long form video, but it wouldn't also hurt to be like a live stream. I prefer to live stream. Five sixteenths. Oh, dude. I built a media wall, like a custom built-in cabinet. I don't know if you've seen any of those. They're still pretty crappy long form videos. I'm trying to learn how to edit. But I haven't finished editing them yet. But there was a lot of mistakes made on that one. If I would have live streamed that, by nature I do cuss. I cuss a lot. I cuss like a sailor. But when I'm trying to do videos and stuff, I try not to. And if I do it in long form, I blur it out. There it is. I got Seinfeld on in the background. I haven't watched Seinfeld in a long time. There it is. Not crooked? No. Got paid on the sewer scale. Trying to think of what that, I'm sorry, I don't understand what a sewer scale is. On a crap scale? That should be good. Oh my God, dude. That's where I'm at, dude. I'm so tired. Yeah, my cuss jar would have to be pretty big. That's a lot better though. That's the other one would have worked, would have been fine, but I was kind of concerned about this distance here. It's pretty thin. But yeah, we went from that to that. So now we're gonna go cut this to size a little better and clamp a 1/4 inch piece of, well, we'll probably notch the 1/4 inch plywood so we have like a view hole. These lines here indicate the center of the dowels. Actually, I might leave that on there. Yeah, I might leave this as thickness. That way as I glue, yeah, all right. I'm done thinking out loud. Let's go chop this up and glue some 1/4 inch plywood to it. Give me a second here. We're going to put you up on the bench. I think I'm trying to get some more tripods. That way I can just move the phone instead of screw with the tripod. There you go. A little better. All right. I'll be back. Got to grab my ear pro. Yep. Change the height. Oh, Mike, I don't know if you're still there. How do the cuss works in the price for you? Nice. I've been trying to think of signage for my shop. I don't know if you were here earlier, Mike, but I've got this dowel jig kit from Miles Craft. It's great. You use this thing to drill the dowels, and it's a little fidgety. It's best if you clamp it So I thought, instead of paying Rockler or Woodcraft 30, 40 bucks for one, I'm going to try to make one that's a little less finicky. I think that's a nice way to put it. I immediately wish I didn't cut that much off. Dang it. Nothing I can do about it now. Dang it. Oh well. Oh well. Nothing I can do. I'll figure it out. So I left more meat on the bone here than I did here. Because there has to be a viewfinder in the 1/4-inch plywood so you can see where your lines are lining up with the marks you make on the other piece. All right, I'll see if I can salvage this, and we might wrap this up. See if I can save this. If I can't save it, we'll just end this tonight. I think I have an idea. Or I may redo it in the morning. Ooh, I have an idea. Yeah, I just dropped my earbud. I got so excited, I dropped my earbud. Okay. So this would be the dowel jig. Put this on your workpiece, clamp it by this, but you have to be able to see these lines so you can line up the marks of this piece that you're drilling from into the other one, like a biscuit joiner or a domino. So what I got to do is mark. So we have to be able to see these lines. Mark the underside, and then I'm just going to drill big holes where it meets, and that should act as a viewfinder. I think we got it though. I think we got it. I'll grab my pencil. Mark a line here. So that's where the drill bit should go. And then try to mark where this line meets that board. And then we'll glue these two together, and hopefully this is usable. If I had that back, I would have done that differently. So I think I'm going to use a really big bit. We use a real big bit, and that should allow us to see that line, like an indexing line. Well, this should go well considering how the last round went. All right, just gonna pinch it down real tight. What the hell was that? Dude, I didn't have this locked this whole time. I barely touched it. My table just dropped like half an inch. You guys didn't get to see the beginning of the video. So when I got done last night, I went to bed. I didn't even clean up. I didn't glue the handle on that box. I went in there and went to bed. So I came out here and started the video cleaning. And then I came out here after work and now I'm tired. should be it. We're going to slap glue on this, clamp it, and call it a night. That's I'll try getting some of that shrapnel out of there, some blowout. Where did I put the black? There it is. All right, so I'm just hoping we can see those 3 lines through there. Well, again, I was an idiot and drilled the holes in the wrong direction, but if I move it down, you can see them. Going back to the table saw, and we're gluing this thing up. We got it. Just want to make sure I know how much to cut off. I'll just say a little bit over a blade's width. That's not bad. There we go. Now you can see the lines and then still see through the hole onto the piece you're working on. Try to get some of this blowout out of these holes real quick. We're going to slap some glue in these and be done. I think I had a tiny piece over here. If I ever get enough people on the live stream, I wind up investing in some software to where I can do a horizontal stream with multiple cameras. That way it's a little more professional. I already have another camera. I've got one camera back there that just follows me around while I walk. Then I got like a DSLR Canon, but if you use them, it doesn't vertical stream. So the vertical stream goes right into people's live feeds where people find me. So I'm kind of stuck doing this for now. Clean those out. Let's glue this on. and call it a night. It's Friday. Should be outside, probably drinking on my front porch. I mean, this thing's ugly as sin. Have you seen any of those little cheap plastic dowel guides I'm talking about? This thing's ugly, but I think it'll work. If not, I might just go buy some pocket screws tomorrow. Actually, I might do that just in case this fails. All right, let me grab a clamp, maybe two. So, I mean, I don't mean to assume, but you guys are up there in age. Do you guys are you still working? You got part-time jobs? You retired, like full-time retired, or just kind of chilling? My dad recently retired. I think the pencil lines, do you guys think the pencil lines will still show up through the glue? I'll just put a little thin coat over it. Just to add strength to this little guy. I mean, you can still see it through the glue. Back here. Sorry to hear that. QVC, man. I'm a delivery guy. You know how many old ladies on my route order QVC every day? I'm just kidding. I love them, but damn, people do. There are still a lot of women out there that order from QVC, even though the internet, exists. It's crazy. What do you think that is? You think they still do it because they're watching TV, or they just don't online shop? Mike Rowe, didn't Mike Rowe work for QVC, or was it the Home Shopping Network? You know, the Dirty Jobs guy. I mean, he did that early on, though. Just lining this up. Don't think it really matters. It doesn't have to be perfectly square, because as long as the drill guide block is square to the surface, that should work. But we got it. I mean, we got it pretty good. Yeah, and it is convenient for them. And then they probably already had their payment information saved on file, so all they got to do is pick up the phone, and the person on the other side of the phone's like, "Oh, hey, Shirley, welcome back. Did you just see those diamonds we had?" But yeah, man, I know it's nice out. Kind of didn't realize how hard that would hit people being on YouTube till today. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Uh-oh. I'm losing my pencil lines. I'm gonna clean that out a little bit. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me talking. Yeah, man. So my goal is to be out here and ready to go. Let me turn off the TV. I'll turn off the TV so I can show you. I finally made it to the lumber yard last week. I got a bunch of plywood and some poplar. And I'm gonna try getting some serious work done tomorrow. That's my goal. My wife and my daughter are supposed to go visit my niece. So I'm gonna be home alone. You know how rare it is for a middle-aged dad to be home alone? So yeah, now we got that cleaned out. It's kind of hard to tell. You can see the pencil lines again. So yeah, what time is it? 9:40. It's pretty late. Yeah, thanks so much, guys. I appreciate you. I'm going to be trying to improve. I mean, obviously, I don't need any more light out here. But if I get enough volume, I'm going to start trying to implement the other cameras I have, doing a little higher quality stream instead of horsing around with a tripod all the time. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Thanks, man. Be safe out there. Goodbye.